G'day guys, welcome back to the podcast. Boy, do we have a treat for you today, as we're joined by Victorian cricketer, a man who has Steve Smith in his back pocket, fast bowling young gun, Mitch Perry. G'day, Mitch.
Hey guys, how you going? Thanks for having me.
Not too easy. So with your early life, what was that like growing up like around cricket? Like, did your dad play cricket, get you into it and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm originally from the country. I grew up in Wangaratta, so Dad coached the local cricket side down there, so I was introduced into cricket at a pretty young age, and yeah, Dad played all of his life, played out in Melton, and then yeah, when we moved down to the country, he coached that side. So yeah, I got to see firsthand what senior cricket is sort of all about, and then yeah, eventually moved to Melbourne when I was 10, and I got pretty close to the mate at school, so he sort of got me down to my junior club, which was Knoxfield, and yeah, sort of went from there in that sort of area.
Yeah. You mentioned playing junior cricket for Knoxfield. What was that like as a club and like the culture around that club?
Yeah, it was very good. So I played under 13s, under 15s, all the way up into the seniors. Yeah, I think my second year of proper senior cricket, we had a few ex Richmond boys come down. They obviously came back from Richmond to play local cricket, and I think that helped the club a lot. We were sort of struggling on field a little bit. We weren't the greatest club, and then they came back and sort of showed us what to do as a premier cricketer and what you need to do to become a premier cricketer, and sort of made the club a lot better. And we went on to win the flag that year, and then I think they won the next three flags after that. So I think those two played a pretty big part in my cricketing aspirations as a young kid.
And growing up as a young fella, did you play any other sports like footy, soccer, basketball?
Yeah, so I played footy. Not very good. I played at just local levels for Listerfield and Furniture Gully and Scoresby. And then, yeah, sort of gave that away when I was 16, I think. Yeah, just as I was coming into Premier Cricket.
Do you have any favourite memories as such throughout your, I guess, so far cricket career?
Yeah, probably winning the first 11 flag at Knoxfield. That was pretty good. We only lost one game for the whole year, and then lost in the first final, so we thought we were going to get done in straight sets and choke, but got through the granny and won by like 10 runs or something like that in the end, so that was pretty exciting. And then, yeah, obviously making first 11 debut at Richmond, and then debuting for Victoria in the one-day game, and then, yeah, obviously playing Shield cricket for your states, the pinnacle. So, yeah, that's probably my highlight so far.
You started both the under-17 and under-19 big metro sides. What was that like to be playing at such a, I guess, an elite level at such a young age?
Yeah, it was very good. You get to come up against all the young stars in Australia, around Australia. So that, like, a lot of those kids were playing Premier Cricket from when they were young, and I was just coming out of playing on synthetic wickets, and yeah, just coming into Premier Cricket, and then coming up against or sort of playing with the likes of Will Sutherland and Zach Evans, and that they were playing school cricket and then playing Premier Cricket at the young age. Was sort of like, oh, these guys are actually very serious about their cricket. So to play with them and then play against some very talented players around, yeah, help get through the ranks quicker.
Now, before we ask this question, you don't have to be humble. The Lakerland podcast, we like people being humble, but you don't have to be here, mate. You played Smudge like an absolute fiddle. You read him like a book, and got the great men out. Shouts to Smudge. What was that like? And did he say anything to you about it after the game?
Yeah, obviously getting the world's best batsman out it's good, but no, we couldn't really. We weren't, obviously, because of COVID and all that sort of stuff. We weren't actually allowed to like go in each other's rooms or anything, so I didn't actually get to speak to him after the game. But yeah, obviously to bowl to him and bowl to the others they had with Enriques, Hughes, like they're all experienced first class cricketers, so you're gonna learn a lot just playing against those guys. So yeah, but obviously to get Smith out was it was pretty good. He's obviously the world's best batsman, so yeah, I can't really complain.
So you debuted for Victoria against South Australia's Sheffield Shield. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a pretty tough period. Obviously, we were just coming out of Melbourne was in lockdown, so we had to go to Adelaide, quarantine. We were able to train through quarantine, which was, I don't know how that happens, but yeah, and then we come out of quarantine and then we're expected to play Shield cricket pretty much straight out of quarantine. It was actually quite tough, but yeah, to get the nod, I think it was the day before the game. I wasn't really expecting to play. There was a pretty big squad and a lot of bowlers there, so I was sort of well, if I get my opportunity, I'm going to take it. But yeah, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm definitely playing this game. But yeah, to get the nod and then to obviously debut, it was a bit of a whirlwind. The 4 days went very, very quickly. I can't actually remember. I couldn't tell you what really happened in those 4 days, other than Harry and Puck putting on about 500. So, but yeah, I was very excited. I pretty much rang Dad straight away after the training session we had, and yeah, we're all over the moon.
Yeah, and you also play for the Renegades in the BBL and have signed with them. What's that like playing like a shorter format like 2020 with some of the world's greatest?
Yeah. T20 cricket's pretty chaotic, so you got to be switched on at all times, even that training. And in that one game I played, it was pretty full on. There's a lot happening, but yeah, to have obviously Finch as your captain, he's the 1 day in T20 captain for Australia. He plays IPL, he plays everything. So to have him as captain, it's awesome. And then to have, I was bowling with Kane Richardson down the other end, and Imad Wasim. There's a lot of international experience rolling around the Big Bash. So to just be in the same room as them, being like sitting next to them guys, you just learn enough at what they do throughout the day, or on game day trainings, what they do to get what they need for that game, and how they can stay fit throughout a pretty long tournament.
Yeah. And you're also talking about how you have to be switched on, how it's chaotic. When that game you played, Mackenzie Harding took an absolute screamer at backwards point off Alex Hayes. What was that like? Because like your facial expressions were pretty like surprised about it all.
Well, yeah, I think I had 26 off the over. Hales sort of got into me, so I think I was just in shock that didn't go for another boundary, and it would have been 30 off the over or something like that. But yeah, obviously Finch said that he reckons he's the world best, well, one of the best fielders in the world, and I reckon too with that sort of catch, he sort of pulls them off pretty regularly. So for him to do that for my first wicket and to get Hales was it was pretty good.
So before we wrap up, I guess, the potty, do you have any advice for any, I guess, youngsters out there looking to go or to pursue the cricket pathway?
Yeah, obviously, I think if you're playing just local level, well, I was playing local level synthetic cricket or your Div 1 turf league, or I think the quicker you get into a premier club, or I reckon if you can get premier cricket as quick as you can, that you're going to learn off the best players in the state. So I got to Premier Cricket at 16. I think that helped me a lot. So if young kids could get into Premier Cricket before anything, it's not all about playing under 17s and under 19s for Victoria. Like I was lucky enough to do that, but there's a lot of cricketers that have gone on to play Premier Cricket and then play very well for their club and then go get a contract. So it's not all about doing the good things for Victoria underage stuff. So I think if you just work as hard as you can, get into a Premier club and then knock the door down playing first 11 cricket and tear shreds off the competition, you're going to get a look in, because there's a lot of people that have gone from Premier Cricket to state contract without actually doing the pathway stuff. So yeah.
So cheers, guys, for watching this week's episode with one of life's great men, Mitch Perry. Make sure to go spam up the love with his Instagram. It will be in a link below. But cheers, Mitch, and best of luck for the upcoming cricket season.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Cheers.